Hey friends, I'm so excited to share something cool with you today, and I want to make it super easy to understand, like we're just chatting over chai under a big tree. I'm going to explain two amazing AI technologies, large language models or LLMs, and large concept models or LCMs, by connecting them to Indian mythology, specifically Lord Krishna and Lord Rama. Then I'll talk about two other tools, retrieval augmented generation or RAG, and cache augmented generation or CAG, and compare them to the internet and a huge library. I'll explain how these work with LLMs and LCMs, and give examples to make it clear. My goal is to keep this simple, relatable, and respectful to the gods, so you can understand these ideas without any confusion. Let's dive in and explore this together. First, let's talk about LLMs and LCMs, and I'll frame them as avatars of Lord Krishna and Lord Rama to make it fun and clear. I want to show deep respect to these gods, so I'm using their qualities to explain AI in a way that feels familiar to us. LLMs are like the avatar of Lord Krishna. Krishna is known for being creative, charming, and full of surprises. He could tell stories or give advice that amazed everyone, like when he guided Arjuna in the Mahabharata. LLMs work in a similar way. They're trained on tons of text, like books, websites, and articles, and they use that to create answers, stories, or even code. They're great at coming up with creative stuff, like writing a fun story about a monkey who becomes a king. But sometimes, just like Krishna could be playful and stretch the truth to make a point, LLMs can make up facts to sound impressive. This is called hallucination, and it means they might say something that sounds good but isn't true. For example, if you ask an LLM to write about a historical event, it might mix up dates or add details that didn't happen, just to make the story sound better. LLMs are also very flexible. They can write emails, translate languages, or even create a joke. They're easy to use because they've been around for a while, and companies have built tools to make them work in apps like chatbots. But they need a lot of computer power to run, which can be expensive and not great for the environment. Also, because they're trained on so much text, they might pick up biases, like favoring certain ideas or stereotypes, which can be a problem. Now let's talk about LCMs, which I'll compare to Lord Rama. Rama is known for being honest, precise, and always doing his duty perfectly, like when he followed his father's orders to go into exile. LCMs are similar. They focus on understanding ideas and connections, not just words. Instead of guessing the next word like LLMs do, LCMs build a map of concepts, like how one thing leads to another. This makes them really good at tasks that need clear thinking, like summarizing a long report or solving a science problem. For example, if you ask an LCM about climate change, it can connect ideas like pollution causes warming, which causes floods, and give you a clear, accurate answer. LCMs are great at staying logical and consistent, especially for long tasks, like writing a business plan. They're also good at working with different types of information, like text and pictures, and they can adapt ideas across languages without losing meaning. But LCMs aren't as creative as LLMs. They focus on being correct, so they might not surprise you with fun or unexpected answers. Also, building LCMs is harder because they need special data and complex systems, which makes them more expensive and trickier to create. They're newer, so they're not as widely used, and there might be some issues that haven't been fixed yet. Let me give you 5 examples to show where LLMs as Krishna's avatar and LCMs as Rama's avatar work best, so you can see how they're different. First, imagine you're teaching kids at a school and need a tool to write fun stories. An LLM like Krishna is perfect here. It can create a story about a magical cow that flies, full of exciting twists to keep the kids happy. But you'd need to check the story to make sure it doesn't add silly details, like saying cows can talk to aliens. Second, say you're helping the government make a plan to save water. An LCM like Rama is great for this. It can organize ideas, like how less rain leads to dry rivers and affects farms, and give a clear, correct plan. It won't add extra flair like an LLM, but it gets the job done accurately. Third, if you're starting a small business selling handmade shawls, an LLM can help write ads. It can come up with catchy lines, like wrap yourself in warmth and tradition, that grab attention. You just need to make sure the claims, like made in one day, are true. Fourth, in a hospital, doctors need help diagnosing rare illnesses. An LCM is ideal because it can connect symptoms, like a fever and a cough, to the right disease, giving an accurate answer. An LSM might guess wrong or add extra symptoms that confuse the doctor. Fifth, for a cultural event, you need to translate a Bengali song into Hindi. An LLM like Krishna can make the translation feel lively and emotional, keeping the song spirit. An LCM would be correct but might make the translation feel flat, missing the song's charm. Now let's move to the second part, where I'll explain RAG and CAG, comparing them to the internet and a huge library, and how they work with LLMs and LCMs. RAG is like the internet. It's a giant pool of information that's always updating, like news, research, or social media posts. When you use RAG with an AI model, it searches this pool to find the right information before giving an answer. This helps the AI stay accurate because it's using real current data. For example, if you ask about the latest cricket match, RAG can find recent scores online and give you a correct summary. But searching the internet takes time, so RAG can be slow, and sometimes it pulls up wrong or unrelated information, like an old match report. CAG, on the other hand, is like a huge library with books carefully organized on shelves. These books are pre-selected pieces of information, like company rules or a history textbook, stored in a way the AI can grab quickly. CAG is super fast because it doesn't need to search, it just uses what's already saved. For example, if you're answering questions about a company's refund policy, CAG can pull the exact rules instantly. But if the policy changes, the library's books are outdated, and CAG can't adapt until you update the shelves. Also, setting up the library takes time and effort upfront. Let's see how these work with our Krishna and Rama avatars. When you pair Krishna's LLM with RAG's internet, it's like giving Krishna access to every newsstand in the world. He can write a blog about the latest fashion trends by pulling ideas from online articles, making his writing fresh and exciting. But the internet can be messy, so Krishna might mix in unrelated details, like talking about food trends instead. Also, searching takes time, so his answers might not come fast enough for a quick chat app. If you pair Krishna's LLM with CAG's library, it's like giving him a set of favorite books he can read instantly. For a temple website answering questions about Krishna's stories, this is perfect. He can quickly share details about his childhood in Vrindavan. But if someone asks about a new festival, Krishna's library doesn't have that book, so he can't answer until you add it. Now let's pair Rama's LCM with RAG's internet. This is like Rama having a magical scroll that fetches the latest knowledge. For a student researching ancient Indian temples, Rama can connect ideas, like how temple designs reflect beliefs, and use RAG to find new archaeological reports. This makes his answers deep and accurate. But combining Rama's careful thinking with internet searches uses a lot of computer power, which can be expensive, and bad internet data might make his answers less clear. Finally, Rama's LCM with CAG's library is like Rama working in a royal archive. For a business planning a new product, Rama can use cached market data to connect ideas, like how customer needs affect sales, and give a fast, clear plan. This is super efficient, but if the market changes, Rama's old books won't help, and he'll need new ones to stay accurate. Here are 5 examples to show where these combinations work best. First, imagine you're running a news website about Indian politics. Krishna's LLM with RAG's internet is great. It can pull the latest election results from online sources and write exciting articles that keep readers hooked. You'd just need to check for mistakes, like mixing up party names. Second, for a college professor studying Indian history, Rama's LCM with RAG's internet is perfect. It can connect historical events, like the Mughal era, to modern culture, and use the internet to find new research papers, giving a solid, accurate report. It's slower and costlier, but the quality is worth it. Third, if you're working at a call center for a phone company, Krishna's LLM with CAG's library is ideal. It can quickly answer questions about plans or bills using saved company rules, keeping customers happy. But if the company changes its plans, you'd need to update the library. Fourth, for a lawyer helping a client with a case, Rama's LCM with CAG's library works well. It can use saved legal documents to connect laws to the case, giving accurate advice fast. But if a new law passes, Rama's library won't have it until updated. Fifth, if you're managing a social media page for a Bollywood movie, Krishna's LLM with RAG's internet is awesome. It can grab trending hashtags and fan comments online to write fun posts that get likes. Rama might be too serious here, and Krishna's posts might need a quick fact check. To wrap it up, friends, think of Krishna's LLM as a creative friend who loves to tell stories but sometimes gets carried away, and Rama's LCM as a wise friend who's always correct but less exciting. RAG's internet keeps them updated with the latest info, while CAG's library makes them fast and reliable for set topics. Whether it's writing news, researching history, or helping customers, these tools shine when used in the right place. With respect to Lord Krishna and Lord Rama, their qualities inspire us to see how AI can help us in amazing ways. Let's keep exploring this tech with the same curiosity and respect we have for our traditions.